Olivier Blanchard, former chief economist at the IMF and now from the Peterson Institute. Thank you for being on WPC TV.
My pleasure.
How do you see the world economy, particularly in view of the Trump presidency and the threat, maybe even the actuality, of trade wars?
So I'll give you a schizophrenic answer.
Yes.
Which is, if you look at things like how far we are in terms of close to potential or inflation, it's very, very good. Hasn't happened in a long time.
True.
Then if you look a bit further out and you start worrying about populism, trade, and various other issues, inequalities, then you start worrying. So I think we're probably okay now, but we really have to think hard about the future.
Which is the most dangerous of those potential problems?
I think it's inequalities, understood in a large sense, because I think most of what we see...
Inequalities within countries or
it's inequalities within countries. I mean, there is a fact that there is much less inequality in the world, in the sense that, you know, the Indians and the Chinese are much richer relative to what... But nobody cares about it in the US or nobody cares about it in France. What they care about is themselves vis-à-vis the other French or the other Americans. And their inequalities have increased, not everywhere actually, but in the US, you know.
So does that explain the faltering now of globalization? I mean, President Trump said globalism.
Yes, no, I mean, it's a rejection of, people don't quite know what, right? So depending on the country, it's a rejection of the migrants, it's a rejection of trade, it's a rejection of technological progress. Many people feel rightly that they're not getting their share. And so, you know, you give them something to blame, they'll do it.
Okay, let me end with an impossible question. I mean, it's 10 years since the great financial crisis.
Right.
When will the next big financial crisis be?
I don't think it will happen again anytime soon. There'll be some other crisis. But I think on the financial front, we've taken measures. I'd be surprised. I think the banks have learned what to do if it happens again. So I'm not very, you know.
You're not a pessimist.
As you know, one should always hedge, but I wouldn't hedge too much. I don't think that that's going to happen anytime soon.
On that optimistic note, Olivier Blanchard, thank you very much indeed.
Good. Thank you.